Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Living Life a Life Hue. I am your host, Dr. Veronica Garcia, and today I am joined by an amazing colleague and friend that I get to call friend, Dr. Robbie Dubuque. Hi,
Hey,
welcome.
good to see you.
So good to see you. So happy to have you here because I think that the world needs to know who Dr. Robbie Dubuque is. I really, truly do believe so.
Yeah.
So you do have a long history with Life University.
Yeah.
Let's start at the very beginning. What inspired you to be a chiropractor? We kind of graduated around the same time. We went to school together, but talk to us a little bit of that journey to get here.
Yeah. So I grew up playing college tennis, and that's kind of how I went to school. Like, I wanted to be a college athlete, coach tennis. Honestly, I had no interest in school. Didn't really enjoy it particularly until I got to an anatomy class and started learning about anatomy, and kicked my butt the first time around. And I just started getting really fascinated about the body, science, all that stuff behind it. And we had a recruiter come from Life University, and I was like, okay, cool. Like, that's interesting. I can use my hands. From there, from Life Leadership Weekend, I kind of knew. I was like, oh man, I'm here. And that's what got me into chiropractic school. And then, it's been a long journey since then, 8.5 years later, still here.
Strong.
With a little three-year gap in the middle. But as soon as I came back, when I got hired on as a faculty clinician here, within a week, I was just part-time. Within a week, I knew I wanted to go full-time. But I was kind of in that honeymoon phase where I was like, everything's perfect, things are good. Let me wait 3 or 4 months to actually make this decision, because I knew it was a big decision. But from the first week, like helping students, when I was teaching them how to adjust and take care of patients over in the clinic, it kind of reignited a spark that I had lost for a while. You just get that in that Life University community. Everyone's just so happy here. People are always smiling, saying hi to each other. The speak tradition here I really like. So it's really just nice to be a part of that, and now into athletics as well, to bring that to this part of the campus is new for me. But it's also a little bit of home being a college athlete in a former life.
And I remember through school, you did have a lot of involvement through different campus and having mentors that were professors of ours. Talk to me about that experience of getting yourself involved into what sports chiropractic is, and why. Well, of course, you're an athlete, so maybe that might be a reason why it ignited that passion. But why continue in that path?
Yeah, I think for me, it was down to two things. It was actually down to pediatrics and sports, which I know are two very drastic different things. But I had an experience going through a sports chiropractor. I went and I had a partially torn tendon in my wrist through college athletics. When I was a 5th quarter student, I was told I needed surgery. I had terrible insurance. It was June at the time, so I was going to wait till January to get surgery. So I was like, I need my wrist for a living. I'm going to be a chiropractor. At the time, my student intern was talking to me about Dr. Linkhorn's office, chiropractor here locally. She also teaches here. And she was like, she might be able to help you. So I was in her exam room 7.5 years ago now, and she's telling me, like, I think I can prevent you from having surgery. Like, give me a couple months to see if we can do anything. And I remember at the time being like, what does this chiropractor know that one of the best orthos in Atlanta told me I needed surgery? And I was a little skeptical, honestly. 3 months later, I was better, no wrist surgery, everything's good. So at that point, I was like, how do I do what she does? How do I learn from her? How do I get this opportunity to help people like she's helped me? She saved me $15,000 in surgery alone, let alone any rehab costs and just quality of life after having surgery. As we know, arthritis occurs 100% of the time after you get cut into. So as a chiropractor, I knew that was going to decrease my longevity. So I got an opportunity to shadow and get in there, do a networking group for her when I was a 6th quarter student. And the rest is history. So I've been able to get certifications to help along before I was graduated there, to help treat patients, do instrument work, corrective exercises, build a base. I've been there ever since.
And what are some of those classes and certifications that you exposed yourself while being a student that you think that a student that might be interested in that pathway, they absolutely should look into?
I think the first one for sure is grasping technique. I think that's really beneficial, doing instrument work on people. Just get your hands-on experience, whether you're under a clinician or anything like that. Just getting more hands-on is really important outside of the adjusting world. I really also liked selective functional movement assessment, or SFMA by FMS. I really think that got me down into the why people are having dysfunction.
Yeah.
It's a really big movement-based software, so you can figure out what areas need more mobility, what areas need more stability, and then from there, they teach you exercises and different things that you can do to help better your patient along top of the chiropractic adjustment.
That's beautiful. That's amazing. And I've had the opportunity of sitting through both of those trainings, and I do think that if you're a student and you have any remote just idea or perception that this might be something you want to incorporate in your practice, definitely sit through those. Definitely try to get some mentors in. And I mean, he's on campus, guys. So just walk over to athletics that far away to get some input. And I just offered your shadowing services. Yeah. I hope you don't mind. Good. But I do think, and I did want to clarify for those that are not involved and don't understand anything about like chiropractic or whatnot. So Graston technique is a instrument-assisted soft tissue mobilization technique, right? Mm-hmm. So talk to me a little bit about what Graston is.
Yeah. So in Graston, like you said, it's instrument-assisted soft tissue. So what it can do is it's really good to help increase fibroblastic activity. Mm-hmm. So with your tendinopathies, tendinitis, tendinoses, you're going to have increase in fibroblastic activity into that area.
Which as means well, healing.
Yep. Mm-hmm. As well as fascial remodeling, working through those changes. Mm-hmm. What's really great about Graston and what's needed after that is following it up with that corrective exercise.
Right.
Because we can, like in chiropractic, we want to get down to the why things are happening. So if you're not addressing that why, you can treat the symptoms, but at the end of the day, we really want to get down to that root cause of what that dysfunction is coming from and help people achieve that.
Exactly. I love that. I'm so excited. I love that. And so talk to me about your role now as director in athletics. What is your role stand and what is it? Yeah. And how does that reflect in your day-to-day activities?
Yeah, so my role or my title is Director of Chiropractic Sports Performance. Mm-hmm. I was hired on in July for that, and really what my role is to, in my eyes, give the best care to the student athletes. So whatever that looks like, that sometimes obviously adjusting, working with them, talking to them, educating them about how chiropractic can help with various sports, different things. Sometimes it's working with the athletic trainers as we're rehabbing post-surgeries or even prehab stuff to be like, hey, like, what are we doing if they're not making progress? Just collaborating and being a team to help people out. It's traveling to the big events with the sports team. So I was in Iowa earlier this year in January with men's and women's wrestling. Yeah. They went and they won national duels, which they're the first. We were the first school ever for men and women to win national duels in the same year.
Congratulations, Life You. That's awesome.
They killed it. And just being able to travel with them, you get to know them a little bit better. You get to learn about their sport. Mm-hmm. I really knew nothing about wrestling going in January. Same thing when I started. I knew nothing about rugby. Yeah. So just learning from them, getting to know them better. That's really my role. Is I've taken it a relationship role. Is I'm here to take care of the student athletes. I want them, and I talk to them a lot about, you're not only a student athlete here for these 4 years, but you have 50, 60, 70 years on top of that. Yeah. Like if you're going into chiropractic or you're not, like what's your job? What are you going to need to do? So if you're hurt, like let's set you up for success long term, because like I care about you more than the 4 years that you're here. I want you to be thriving as a 40, 50, 60, hopefully 80, 90-year-old person.
That's beautiful.
So that's kind of my role. And as we grow and as we get better, just looking at new ways to improve the chiropractic care here, whatever that looks like. So I'm excited for that opportunity to see it grow and change, and help out the student athletes and work alongside Tatiana Warman, the head of athletic care, or director of athletic care, and all the athletic trainers on our staff as well.
That's amazing. Absolutely. And let's speak some stuff into existence. As director, what are some of those, I guess, goals that you have for this upcoming, year to 5 years?
That's a really good question. I think I'm really open to whatever it brings. I think that's something I've learned working here for the last year and a half is things almost never go as planned. Curveballs get thrown, stuff happens. I'm really kind of taking it one day at a time. I'm really letting this first full year go by, because even though I'm 7 months into the job now, we have new sports that are starting up in the spring that I'm still not aware of how everything works here in athletics, or what sports are involved with different things. So right now it's trying to get a little bit more help to get more care into the chiropractic students. However that grows, I'm really just excited for the opportunity for that. I don't know if I have a specific vision yet, but I really am just looking forward to how it can change, how it can grow, and just making the best decision possible when it's presented.
That's amazing. That's amazing, Dr. Robbie. Well, thank you so much for spending a little bit of your time with us. I'm really excited that you are in this position and that you are thriving through it. And like, students speak so highly of the department and yourself and their care and the way that they feel just so safe. And they've spoken to us in the podcast just out loud about it, but also in our private conversations around the hallway. So thank you so much for being that person for them. I'm really excited for everything that you are going to continue offering to the world, to the athletes, and honestly just through your life and through your growth. I love seeing you grow so much. I love that we get to know each other, and from sitting in a classroom understanding biochemistry to having these different positions that we never imagined that we were going to be in, and we just said yes. So thank you for being here. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, awesome seasons, because they never end. And good luck in everything that you do.
Thank you for having me on. It was fun.
You're welcome. And we'll see you on the next episode of Living Life LFU. Bye-bye.